Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Season 13 video. Today we'll be doing the first of 3 season specials, this one being called First Look. Now, as I said, this isn't a literal first look because I don't have inside sources. Rather, I just want to summarize what we know and are hoping for the season and get us hyped really. I'll kick off by talking about my main hopes for the season and things I'd like to see happen, and then we'll talk about some of the big theories that people have been discussing. Let's begin. I'm not so sure anymore if this is actually going to happen, but man, I'd be so excited if it did. We've been talking about the possibility of Clouse returning and being the Skull Sorcerer, and it may not happen, but hey, I can certainly hope so. This would be something the show really does, bringing back villains and characters who've been missing for years. Clouse would especially be cool because, unlike Garmadon, he's not a main villain. When we first saw him in Season 4, he was only Chen's right-hand man, but how cool would it be to actually see him as the Skull Sorcerer calling the shots himself? In Seasons 4 and 6, Clouse may only have been a side villain, but he definitely has the potential to step it up a notch and be a main antagonist, like in Dark Island Trilogy. And seeing as Seasons 11 and 12 were both pretty played safe, this would break that trend and truly give us something to remember. I feel we have not talked enough about the fact that Season 13 is the first Cole season ever. Let that sink in. This is absolutely insane because fans have been wanting this for ages. I simply can't wait to finally see some actual Cole focus. Given his puny length and not so good quality, Dave the Departed doesn't count. Now finally, all those memes about Cole never getting a season, those memes don't really apply anymore. And Cole's mother will be involved as well. I truthfully didn't want her to be explored, but I definitely think they could pull this off really well and give us a memorable story. I'm thrilled to see a season where Lloyd hopefully isn't the main character, but rather Cole. I've always felt Cole could be higher up on my ninja rankings if he had more time to shine, and this is the perfect opportunity. I think the season is what Season 11 could have been. A complex story with many different aspects that all work together, in the way Season 4 was. You got Cole and his mother, the Skull Sorcerer, Geckos, Spinjitzu Burst, and it all has me excited. I honestly cannot say that any of these storylines look bad or concerning at all. In fact, I like that there's a lot going on, especially the 2 warring races that we could have had in Season 11. I look forward to seeing how all of these different parts of the story will work together, but I also hope it isn't rushed. This season seems to be 16 episodes like the previous one, so I hope each element gets enough time to shine. And those are my main hopes for the season. With Season 12, I was mainly concerned about filler and it making the mistake Season 11 did. But that's definitely not the case here. I'm way more excited than concerned, and I think the season could be even better than the previous 3. Season 12 most definitely succeeded in not being Season 11, but at the same time, it was only good, not great. Now I'm hoping Season 13 will be great, and mark a return to greatness for Ninjago that we haven't seen since 2018. Anyways though, now let's move on to the second half of this video and discuss some theories about the season. As soon as we got the name Skull Sorcerer, Clouse became an immediate candidate. He's a sorcerer and in the underworld, so the name definitely lines up. Clouse could be possessing the Skull Sorcerer or actually be him under the mask. Personally, I'm not so sure on this theory anymore because the descriptions don't really seem to match up with it. It could still happen, but I don't know, I just don't really feel like Ninjago would do this. If not Clouse, who else could the sorcerer be? Well, perhaps this green skull, called the Skull of Hazadur, could be the true villain in control. Maybe it's just using the sorcerer's body as a vessel, or the Skull Sorcerer is an entirely new villain, which is what I'm leaning towards. Still, I'm praying that Clouse returns. What is Spinjitzu Burst? I was surprised to see that it'll actually be in the show, and it seems to be another form of Spinjitzu. A bit repetitive shortly following Forbidden Spinjitzu, but I'm sure it'll work. Spoilers coming ahead, and there will be spoilers for the rest of the video, just warning you. But descriptions say that this is a form of Spinjitzu that Cole's mother learned. And we also see Cole using it in the trailer, his eyes turn yellow, and his arms light up as they normally do when using RX. This new version of the classic martial art could be essential to defeating the Skull Sorcerer and escaping the dungeons. It could simply be a brief burst of power like how RX functions. It's a bit confusing as to how it works at the moment, but I'm excited to see. One thing I really loved about Season 11 was that it expanded upon Spinjitzu, and this season could do the same. How is Cole's mother involved in the season? More spoilers coming ahead, so be warned. Episode descriptions reveal that Cole's mother actually killed the Skull Dragon called Griefbringer. When she departed, as farewell gifts, she left the Blades of Deliverance for the Geckos. I'm guessing that Cole will learn all this backstory about what his mother did and maybe how she died too. I've speculated that she could have fallen off Shintaro Mountain or maybe been killed by the Sorcerer. But for me, worst case scenario would be that she's still alive somehow, although I think that would be unlikely. I think they definitely could do a good job of exploring her without ruining her mysterious demise. And lastly, how will the season end? Tommy Andresen said the best choreographed fight scene comes from that finale, so I'm definitely hyped for that. If the season truly is 16 episodes, then this finale is likely titled The Son of Lily, and as usual, likely some huge battle, this time between the Skull Sorcerer and Cole. I'm sure this will result in the ninja winning and the sorcerer being defeated, and I'm also almost 100% sure the Munson Geckos will make peace and contribute to the battle, and peace will return to Shintaro. Probably yet another season where things go back to normal, but as for the Skull Sorcerer, maybe he could turn good like Unagami, but I'd really prefer something else. Some kind of gruesome, you get what you frickin' deserve fate like Iron Baron would be so cool. I think this will be a typical DHX ending, but we'll see. And that's about all for our first look special. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be doing more Season 13 stuff for sure. I won't be doing episode predictions this time, but on July 6th, we begin episode reviews. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know, leave a comment explaining your hopes and dreams for Master of the Mountain, and I'll see you next time.